It's April, and the gloves, yep, they're off. Simply put, on this channel, we trade three patterns: equal highs, equal lows, and pin bars. And those pin bars, yeah, you'll normally find them in conjunction with the equal high, equal low. Although there are times when you can find them elsewhere and they make for a good trade as well. Now, in January, we talked about the equal lows and we traded them for a month. And then February, we traded and talked about the equal highs. And then in March, we talked about and traded the pin bars. And now that it is April, the gloves, they're off. And I'm trading all three patterns. So the goal here is to record my trading, show people that just trading just these three patterns can make you money. And the hope is that by the end of the year, I'm going to have a lot of money. So we're going to take a look at my trade for the day. I did make a trade. I am on the QQQ. I usually trade the 1 minute, but I'm looking at the 2 minute right now. Simply put, I want to capture the whole trading day so far. You'll see that the market is still moving simply because it's about 1:15 in the day, Eastern Standard Time. And so the market is still open. Now, if you take a look, the market made a big gap down, and they blamed that on Trump's speech last night. Now, the market made a big move and closed that gap. And you know, I always talk about the first move I always look for is to fill that gap. Did they give Trump some attaboys for his speech as it closed that gap? No, well, they blamed him for it gapping down. They didn't blame him for it recovering and closing that gap. But that's just how it goes because you know what? The market's going to go where the market needs to go. Now, a lot of times they'll try to correlate some event to explain why the market went up or went down. But we know that the market's going to do what it needs to do, no matter what the news cycle is. So overall, I think that the market still got a long ways to go before we hit that equal low where the market finally turns. Now, I don't think we're there yet. This leg still has more room to the downside. Now, that doesn't mean we won't get those good days up uh, and then good days down. The great thing about trading zero DTE option is you can make money in either or by trading those three patterns. And so we're going to look at today's trade and kind of take a view of what those three patterns look like. So when I talk about the pin bars and I look over it, you know, you really don't see good pin bars that you can trade. Now you can see pin bars. That's a good pin bar, but there's no follow through. A lot of people might have got short this pin bar. Yeah, it didn't help. It didn't do nothing. Here's another pin bar, but you know that didn't work out. It's not what I look for in a pin bar. Now there are some here that you could have took or you could have said, "Yep, that works." But you know, in this pin bar, you didn't get the follow through. Now when I see a pin bar, I want to see follow through right after. I want to see it break. I want to see it break it with violence, right? Start to head down. So pin bar wise, you know, I don't see nothing. But you know, I'm talking about you know, once I'm already seen the market. As you're watching this, it's a little different, right? As you're watching it, but those normal questions should go through your mind. Simply put, here's an equal low. As the market starts to go up, you could say, okay, this is a high. What does the market do when it hits here? Well, there's three things. It either touches it and reverses real hard, pulls up, comes back, and you get follow through to the downside, or it slices right through like a hot knife through butter, and then you know that's probably going to continue on and go higher. And what did it do? Continued on and went higher. Here's another one, continued on and went higher. Here's another one, continued on and went really high. Now, I didn't catch any of these trades. And then once the market made this high and came back on the blue line is the previous day's close. So you would have thought that this blue line is also equal high to yesterday's close. What did the market do? Well, it sliced right through, but it started to pull back. So that would have made traders start to question well, what's the market really trying to do? Well, you could see, and the market is still moving simply because it's still open. It's only like a little after 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so you'll still see the market moving, but it's trading sideways, right? That's all it's doing. It's trading sideways. And when you get this sideways movement, and keep in mind, today is Thursday and the market is closed tomorrow. So a lot of traders are taking off. I believe it's a Good Friday. And so a lot of traders are gone, spending their 3-day weekend somewhere else, not in front of a computer. And so when I see this, it's, you know what, you want to short at the top, buy at the bottom. Now, do we get a breakout to the top? Maybe. Do we get a breakout to the bottom? Maybe. I don't know, right? It's hard to say. Although I was looking at two numbers, 580, right? Anything between 580, 585. That's kind of where I thought the market was going to finish the day. And you can see we're trading right in the middle of all that. So this is a terrible thing to try to trade. Very, very difficult. I did make one trade, right? I traded the top, made money at the bottom, although I size way down simply because I wanted to reduce my risks, right? Now, today's trade, and we're going to watch it here in a minute. Simply put, I said I shorted at the top, wrote it down for 50 cents. Now, that's what I always look for. I have a risk to reward ratio of 2 to 1 or 1 to 2. I risk 0.25. I risk a quarter to make 50 cents, right? So I like to buy 10 contracts each time. My goal is to make $500 a day. So if I make one trade and I take 10 contracts and I hit my 50 cents, then I'm going to make $500. If I'm wrong, then I'm going to lose 250. And there's my 2 to 1 ratio. Now, today's trade, simply because, you know, the market's moving sideways, it's very difficult. I did take that trade, but I sized all the way down. I sized down to 2 contracts only. So either I was going to lose $50 or I was going to make 100. And I did make 100, but let's look at the structure of today's trade. So follow along. All right, so I just entered the trade. Simply entered a trade simply because of the pattern, right? Equal highs. It looks real good, almost like a head and shoulder, right? So that middle pattern, it's a higher high. The 2 outside ones just a little lower, and the market is pulling back. So I did jump into a trade, although I only bought 2 contracts. Simply I want to reduce my risks. And I'm looking for the market to come down. Still looking for that 50 cents. You know, and as a trader, you know, the one thing that you're always thinking of is, should I adjust my sell order? Do I need to move it further down to capture more profits, or move it up because you think that the market's going to turn and you don't want to green trade to turn red? For me, I'm going to leave it right here. I want to capture that 50 cents. It's looking good, but looks can be deceiving. Yep. Now what that tells me is that the market is making higher lows. Higher low here, 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 and now this is a higher low, which simply it means to me that market's probably going to go a little higher. Not higher high, but it's going to move up, and it is doing that. So now you got to wait again. You got to wait for the market to come back down. I'm probably going to have to adjust my stop order. Simply put, I don't want it to reach up there, stop me out, and then come back down, which is, it always does that. Now, if people are shorting this pattern here, they're probably got their stop somewhere around the 585. And so that's why I moved my stop above that. Because the market loves to find your stop and hit it and then turn around. But I'm willing to be a little patient. Now you can see it, they're selling it right there. You're getting follow through. I could buy another two contracts right here if I believe the market's going to go down and hit me at the 582. But I'm not willing to increase my risks. Two contracts are more than enough for me right now, especially in this sideways move. So now I just got to be patient and watch. So that is a equal high. There's a pin bar. You're getting pulled back. That's a good setup. And the only thing you could do at this point is just keep readjusting your screen, right? Your chart, making it bigger, making it smaller, just playing with it. Again, the blue line there, that's the previous day's close, yesterday's close. So the market keeps going positive, negative, positive, negative. I want to see if it can break this trend line that I just drew, or does it bounce from that trend line? That's what I'm hoping does not happen. Come on, break right through that. My indicators are showing that it's going to break and go down, but we'll see. So we broke through it. And then we retest it. VWAP is still further down, long ways down. So you know that the market is positive, right? Market is positive, but I know I got a feeling that we're at the highs for the day, and it's struggling to go higher. Usually, when it struggles to go higher, it'll make a sweep lower and then try to make a new high. And that's what I'm betting on. Now, there are probably people buying this right here, thinking that the market's going to go back up. And their stops are just below these, right? Just below the candlesticks. Now, I am already in this trade longer than I normally like to be. There are some times where, since the market's not moving in my direction, I'll just cancel the trade out and either lose a couple of dollars or make a couple of dollars and be done with it. But I'm willing to be patient, willing to wait because it seems like a good trade. It seems like the market needs to come down. Here we go. Can we get it on this candle? Don't need the market pulling back up. Up, there we go. It just hit me. Excellent. Good trade. Yep. And that was $100 trade. Nothing to write home and tell mom about, but that's enough money I can give my wife and she can go buy some groceries. All right. I'm just going to watch this for a second to see if it's going to turn and go higher or if it's going to keep coming down. Now, the 580 was where I thought the market could find a low at this point. And I'll watch one more candle, see if it pulls down or does it turn around. See, this gives me good indication that me not adjusting my sell limit is a good idea. All right, Chandler's Trade with Chandler. That's the channel. It's April. We're going to make a lot of money before the end of the year. Subscribe and follow. Lights out.